much though.
Okay.
Oh, that's my alarm. Hold up.
All right. Yeah. Let's get up here.
Okay.
All right. So there's when you see the same number on the top and bottom, you can cancel. So these nines cancel.
Okay.
Do you remember what is the exponent of the variable when it's not written? What goes above the n here?
1.
It's a 1. So when the bases are the same and you're multiplying, you add the exponents. Do you remember that rule from your previous course?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, 5 goes on top, 4 goes on the bottom. It's n to the power of 4.
Okay.
Does that look okay to you?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at another one here. Let's go 6y to the 7th times 5 over 2y to the 5th. Okay. So you can always cancel out these numbers. 6 and 2 becomes 3 and 1 because 2 goes into 6 3 times. It doesn't go into the 5, so we can't do anything about that. Do you remember the rule when you're dividing for the exponents when they have the same base?
No, I don't know.
So you
Wow,
subtract the exponents. Okay, so when they're next to each other, you add them. When they're over each other, you subtract them. All right, so this becomes 3 times 5, 15, y to the what power?
2.
2. There you go. All right. So we'll do a couple more like this. This is just review of stuff that you've had in a previous course. 3x cubed over 9 times 4x to the 5th over 6x squared. Okay. So you can kind of look at these in pieces. You can be like, all right, let me look at everything over here.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So the
And
3 and the 9 can be simplified, right?
okay. And what goes on the top or the bottom? Tell me what you see.
Just x third to the third over 3.
Good. All right. I like hearing that. Now on the one on the right, it's a little bit different. What do the numbers become?
2 and 3.
Okay.
And
And then
then
you got division, bases are the same.
oh, so you would go x to the third, but where would you put it?
On the top. So it always
Okay.
goes on the top.
All right.
Always on the top, even if it's negative for the moment, even if it's negative. We'll get to at some point. All right. Now you're still multiplying. If you multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. Bottom is 9. I'll put a 2 up here. It's x to what power?
X to the 6th.
Good. All right. I'm going to give you one here to try on your own. Do you need to get any of this down in your notes before I do that?
Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Let's go 15 y to the 7th over 3 times 6y squared over 9y.
Okay.
Go ahead and simplify that as much as you can.
So 15 divided by 3 is 5 over 1, so just 5. Oh, yeah. Why am I telling you this? I should just do the whole thing. Whoops.
Yeah, go ahead and work it as far as you can. And that'll be
Okay.
your final answer. We'll talk about it if we need to.
Is that a y squared on the 6?
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay, I think I got it.
What is your final answer?
Um, 10y to the 8th over 3.
Like that?
Yep.
You are close, really close here. I'm sorry. No, you are correct. I can't read my own handwriting. Yes. All right. Very good. So the other possibility here is you might get more than one variable. So you might get something like a to the 7th times b to the 5th over a to the 4th, b to the -3. So the same rules apply. It's still, you're going to subtract the exponents. So it's going to be a to the 7 minus 4 times b to the 5 minus -3. Okay, and notice like you're subtracting, even though it's negative, you subtract the bottom there.
Okay.
Which means that, you could get positive or negative exponents. This ends up being a to the power of 3 times b, and what is the exponent there?
Just a. It's the same thing, right?
What number? What number goes up here?
A3. Oh, sorry. What am I talking about? 8.
Yes. Okay, so here's one for you to try.
Okay.
Give me the final answer here, please.
Okay. So it would be here. Let me write this down. 4 download BC 13. So okay, it would be C13 times or C to the 13th times B to the 8th.
Real good. Right. Now the letters can appear on more than the top and the bottom, right? But let me give you a problem here. Just another one of these, and probably switch topics here after this. I don't want to just do full exponents, kind of boring anyway.
Okay. Just solve it.
We're actually simplifying it. It's a key difference. Simplify versus solve. Solve is when there's an equal sign. Simplifying is there no equal sign. This one's got a little wrinkle in it, so I don't know if it's fair to put in front of you. We'll just try it anyway.
Okay. Should I be like trying to figure it out right now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. 1/2. Okay, it's kind of weird. Here. Okay, I got it. 1b -1 divided by 2. Because I
Right.
think that the a I think is you don't do anything with.
Yeah. -2 minus a -2 is a to the 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's good. The next one, b -3 minus a -2 is b to the -1. So your answer is correct, but not preferred. And this is where you need a little more information. When you have a negative exponent, you put the exponent on the bottom and make it positive. So this would actually be 1 over 2b to the power of 1, something like that.
Wait, why is, oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry too much about that, but
Yeah. Okay. So you just flip it.
yeah. All right, let's talk about how to solve some systems of equations. This is something you probably saw in your course last year. It doesn't really come up that much in geometry, but it will come up again in algebra 2. It might be the next thing you do. I have no idea. Like, I don't know where your teacher's going with
Okay.
this. So it's all a guess. All right. Okay, so let me snip in a problem here. The first, oh my God, these are terrible. All right. The first type of method you learn for solving systems of equation after graphing, which is kind of useless. They never let you use a graphing tool on your tests. But your first method of solving is substitution. What do you think I mean by substitution in that context?
Oh, like substituting to get y by itself.
Yeah, so y is already by itself. So where can this x minus 1 go?
Um, well, what the heck? I didn't think you would have to do anything with the x minus one.
So you replace, like when you sub in,
Oh,
you don't get to start because you're late practice. You got to come off the bench. You're subbing in here for y. Okay. Now notice I put it in parentheses. Very important.
okay. Yeah, because I don't know. I've seen that before. Hmm.
All right. Now, in terms of simplifying, solving, and then simplifying, or simplifying and then solving, there is an equal sign. You're going to simplify the left-hand side. So you want to treat this -3 here as a multiplier into both of these. This becomes 2x minus 3x plus 3 equals -1. Do you remember how to solve it from here?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just -1x
Good.
plus 3, and then
Plus 3 equals
subtract
-1.
3.
Okay.
Um, -4.
All right.
Okay, and then divide by -1.
Yeah. Divide by -1.
So x equals 4. Yeah.
Right. Very good. Now, that's only half the answer, right? Because there's an x equals and a y equals. To get the y equals, you go back to this equation here. The y equals x minus 1. So x is 4, y is x minus 1. Your x value goes in there, 4 minus 1, so y equals 3.
All right. Mm.
All right. Any any questions on this? 'Cause I'm gonna give you one like it to try. So if you don't have this down in your notes, maybe get some notes down or ask me some
No,
questions here.
I got most of this. Okay, I'm good.
All right. So I really try hard to only give you problems. Um, wow. That I try to give you one like it so that it's meaning they're basically it's the same steps. You're just different numbers. So this is an example of one of those. All right. So I'd like you to substitute. Take this 2x plus 7, put it in for y, and then solve for y.
Okay. Two x 7. 3x 8x 7 plus. Okay, so x is -3.
You are correct. X is -3. To get the y value, you've got to put that value back in for x. So could you do that? Give me the y value, please.
Yeah. So it'll be -6. So 1.
Any questions, thoughts on that?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Okay, let's switch to another topic here. We're gonna do what's called elimination. Um, it's still systems, but it's the second approach.
Okay.
So actually, I don't like any of these that are on the screen. Is this coming back to you as far as like, oh yeah, I
Yeah, a
remember
little
doing
bit.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the most basic type of elimination is to add the equations. Okay. If you were to add these equations vertically, what is the result of 4x minus 4x?
0.
0. And what is 8y plus 2y?
10y.
10y. 20 plus -30,
-10.
-10. Now you eliminated x. Okay, x is gone. Your elimination. So that's the idea with elimination. You're removing one of the variables. The most basic way to do it is to add the equations. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So now you would solve for y, you divide by 10, y equals -1. And now you have a choice. You have a choice to solve for x. You can either use equation 1 or equation 2. It's your choice. Right. Um, but
Yeah.
but there's like maybe there's a reason to choose one equation or the other. Which equation might you choose and why?
Um, I don't know. I just don't. The second way of solving for me, I think is just a little weird. I don't I don't
Well, we
know
got
if
to pick
it's
an
like
equation first. We'll get to how to solve it. But like I would choose the first one because there's positives. That's you just need some justification. Like we don't need to know exactly, it won't have to be perfect, but we just need to know like, why would that kind of look better? So we're putting that value in for y.
okay.
4x plus 8 times -1 equals 20. 4x minus 8 equals 20. You're adding 8 to both sides. 4x equals 28. And so x equals 7.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's up to you how you do it. Like there's not a right or a wrong. They're just, you get an answer. So our final answer here is an ordered pair. Like your final answer is okay, x comma y. Like that's what your instructor is looking for, 7 comma -1. If you do all this work and you don't like formalize your answer, you might as well have not done it. I mean, you got to present your result here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at another one here. All right, so if you were to add these equations, if you were to just add them vertically, which variable goes away?
Y.
Why? So tell me what's on the left and what's on the right after you add the equations.
We have 30 on the right and 3x.
3x. So we divide by 3, we get x is 10. Which equation is better for solving for y, in your opinion, and why? What is your reasoning?
Um, well, I don't like the negatives.
All right, we'll choose the
So
second one
yeah,
then. 2x plus y equals 19. Put that value of 10 in for x and solve for y, please.
okay. Um, okay, it's 1. Oh wait, -1.
Which is it?
It is -1.
Yeah, 2 times 10 plus y equals 19. Y ends up being -1. How do you present your final answer? It's an ordered pair, 10 comma -1. Any questions, thoughts on that for proceed?
So you're just okay. Because so the thing that just weirds me out about like this like elimination or whatever it's called, I feel like I've seen like equations where instead of adding from top to bottom, you subtract.
So there are like sub cases to elimination. The second subcase is to subtract. Now my style is to like go through the subcase until I feel like you understand how to do it, and then we'll go and do another subcase. So for
Okay,
right now, you're just going to add the equations. I'm just going to ask you to add them. I'm not going to give you something different
okay.
unless you want me to like throw a curve at you. That doesn't seem very fair.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All right. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to give you something here to solve. I'd like you to solve this, and all I want is your final answer. Like imagine I'm just going to grade what goes in the box there, please.
Okay. Uh, there we go. So, so 5y. Um, it's 2 comma 5.
Okay. And how confident are you in your answer?
Pretty confident. Rushed
Okay.
myself a little bit, but
Good job. Good job.
okay.
All right.
Sweet.
So you mentioned it before, like there's other ways to solve these equations. And one of them, like you mentioned, is to subtract. And it's there's like two different types of subtraction. Uh, there is, well, I'm just literally going to subtract. And then what some students do is they multiply one equation by -1 and then add. Like they
Okay.
say, okay, let me multiply, I don't know, the first equation by -1. And then that becomes -7x minus 2y equals -24. And then they add the equations. Now you get the same result, but like some students are really uncomfortable with subtracting. I don't know where you stand.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me. Like the more math you do, the more you get to decide. It's kind of like sports. Your coach isn't on you on every time down the floor. You prove you can defend a guy or you can make the shot. You don't get questioned every time. You got to decide which way you want to do it. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Um, I want you to either, like I said, subtract the left or on the right. Um, tell me which one you're going to end up doing.
Um, probably right.
Okay, so give me the result of this line when you add now.
Um, -1x.
Well, hang on, isn't it 8 plus -7x?
Oh, sorry, 1. I don't know what I'm thinking.
It's okay.
Yeah. 1x, um, and then 0. It would be 0y. Oh yeah, so sorry, you already put that x. Okay, and then um +6.
But all right, so I'll do the one on the left here. This 7x minus 8x is minus 1x. 2y minus 2y is 0. 24 minus 30 is -6. Now you've got to divide both sides by -1 and you get the same thing.
Ooh, we got the better one.
Yeah, I mean you get to decide. Like it doesn't matter as long as you get to the same answer. The next thing here is to solve for y. So does either equation look better to you to solve for y? And your decision is like, well, like they're all positive, so that doesn't help. The numbers are slightly smaller in the first one. That might be a reason to use the first one. That's
Hmm.
just another thing to think about. Um, so go ahead and solve for y, please.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just do the first one.
Okay.
All right, let me write this down. So 14. Okay, so y equals 5.
I think you've got a sign error somewhere.
Oh, I did?
7 times 6 plus 2y equals 24. Is that what you have written down?
Yeah.
Okay. 7
Oh,
times 6 is 42.
oh, for some reason I put uh yeah, I put a different number in for y. I don't know why. I must have yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Uh, shoot.
Go ahead and resolve for y, please.
Okay. 42. -9.
Okay. That sounds better to me. 6 comma -9. All right. So let me see if I can find another one. We'll do one more together here. This problem illustrates kind of the awkwardness of subtracting. Um, these are same sign. So if you were to just try to subtract these, it does work, but you may find it's better to multiply one equation or the other by -1, like we did in the previous problem, which is what you chose to do, and it's fine. Like that works. I tend to multiply the first equation by -1 just because I don't want to rewrite them again. When you multiply by -1, you're just changing the sign of everything. Change, change, change. So this becomes 6x minus 6y equals -6. Could you add these for me and tell me what the result is when you add them up?
Yeah. Uh, minus 6x.
You have minus 6x plus the 6x. Like this first equation is gone. You're just looking at these now, these two in the box.
Okay. So it's just nothing for the first one then.
That's right.
And then negative 3y equals um, negative 18.
Okay. Divide
And
by
then
-3, y equals
6.
good. Okay, now I want you to use, doesn't matter which one. Um, either either one of these equations, I'd like you to solve for y, please. I'm sorry, solve for x. So either equation.
Okay. Um, 6, so 6 times 6. So negative 6x, 36. Um, 36. 3. So x equals 5.
Yep, that works. All right, good job. So we don't have a ton of time here, but I'm going to pose one more problem at you and see if you can solve for one variable or the other using elimination. So go ahead and try solving that. Let me know what you come up with for x or y, whichever variable you end up eliminating.
Okay. um, so can we just do it on the top one, like add negative?
Yeah, I'd probably recommend multiplying the top one by -1. So go and work that out and either tell me what x equals or y equals, depending on what you come up with.
Okay. So 2x -4. So -2. -1.
Okay. So which one, x or y?
X.
All right, so I'm going to solve, I'll use the second equation, -4 times -1 minus 9y equals -23. 4 minus 9y equals -23. Subtract 4. So -9y equals -27. Y ends up equaling 3. If we check that in the first equation, let's see if it works. -2 times -1 minus 9 times 3. Does that equal -25? 2 minus 27 is -25. There you go. All right. Good job. We're going to stop there for today.
All right.